Hi, fourth grade families. I want to show you how fourth graders learned to multiply by a one-digit number. I'm going to start off by actually using the standard algorithm that I learned when I was their age, and you probably learned as well. But then we're going to talk about the two strategies that they learned in fourth grade this year, the area model and the partial product strategy. Your fourth grader will learn the standard algorithm the way that you and I learned how to do it. They won't learn that until fifth grade. And the big reason is that these two strategies right here are getting them to think about the value of the number, thinking about the number in more complicated ways, so that when they get to older grades, middle school and high school, they'll have a better sense of how to solve like algebra and those kind of things. So I'm going to set up this number the way that we usually see it written for multiplication. 7,342, and we're going to multiply that by 5. So I was taught that I would do 5 times 2 first, and that equals 10. The 0 goes here. The 1 gets regrouped up here. Then I get 5 times 4, that equals 20, and then I need to add 1 more. 21, so that's the 1. Here goes a 2 up here. 5 times 3 is 15, 16, 17. And then 5 times 7 is 35, plus 1 more is 36. So all together, that equals 36,710. Your fourth grader learned first that they can think about the value of each digit in the bigger number. So what they do is they make an area model. It's a rectangle. And they break it apart with vertical sections right here based on the number of digits this number has. This digit has 4 digits. Oh, this number, has 4 digits. So they're going to break it apart into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to put the first factor, the first number that they're multiplying, over here. That's that 5. Then they're going to break apart this number, and they're going to think about the value of each digit. So the 7 is in the thousands place. That has a value of 7,000. The 3 is in the hundreds place, so that has a value of 300. The 4 is in the tens place, so it has a value of 40. And the 2 is in the ones place, so it has a value of 2. This right here is writing the number in expanded form. So you might hear your fourth grader say expanded form. So here I'm going to take 5 and I'm going to multiply it by each of the parts of this number. The same way that I did that here, I just did it with some carrying, some regrouping over here. So 5 times 7,000. And then the way that your fourth grader learned to solve this is that they multiply 5 times 7. They know that that's 35. And then they annex 1, 2, 3 zeros. So altogether that would be 35,000. To annex the zeros, we just use that word rather than adding a 0, because when we add a 0, it actually just stays the same. So if I had 35 and I added 0, 35 plus 0 equals 0. When I annex the zeros, really what I'm saying is, if I have 5 copies of the number 7,000, 7,000 plus 7,000 plus 7,000 plus 7,000 plus 7,000, that doesn't equal 35, it equals 35,000. Now they're going to do 5 times 300 in this box. And that equals 1,500. And I know that 5 times 3 is 15, and then they annex 2 zeros. Here is 5 times 40. 5 times 4 is 20, and then they annex 1 zero right here. And then finally, 5 times 2. 5 times 2 equals 10. These 4 numbers right here, we call those partial products. Partial because they are part of the product being the answer to a multiplication problem. So their final step is to add the partial products. They should line those numbers up by place value. And when they do that, they get the same answer as over here. The final strategy that they learned is called the partial products strategy. And this is going to look a lot like the standard algorithm, it just has a little bit of extra work. So they set the number up as 7,342, and they're multiplying that by 5. And then they're going to start by multiplying the 5 times the 2 then the 5 times the 40, the 5 times the 30, and then finally the 5 times, 5 times the 300, and then finally the 5 times the 700. And then they're going to make a list, again, of those same partial products. So 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 4 is 20, but because the 4 is in the tens place, they need to think about how that's not 20, that's not 4, it's going to be 40. So 5 times 40 is 200.
Please call the main office or come to the main office. Thank you.
5 times 300 is 1,500, like we found over here. And then finally, 5 times 7,000 is 35,000 right here. And again, they have 1, 2, 3, 4 partial products that they need to add. When they do that, it's the exact same answer, the exact same product as before. So for all 3 of these strategies, we found out that 5 times 7,342 is 36,710. Again, it's awesome that if you're helping your child out and you're using this strategy because that's what you know, but it also would be really great if you have a moment to ask them to try one of these 2 strategies too and see if they can teach you as well. A lot of students are confident with one or the other. Both of these get to the same answer. They have the same ideas about place value, the values of those the digits in the number, so they're good as well.